there's an unusual emphasis that we see that the Lord places on this commandment. I would argue it appears that the Lord's obsessed with this topic. And I say that because Genesis to Revelation, you are confronted with it over and over and over and over again, all throughout history, secular and otherwise. The sin of adultery has been something that has been condemned, not just condemned, but really at the top of the order of issues. Even pagan nations had the common sense, we need to implement some things to push back the total depravity and the total fall of our society. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when you see adultery, this sin, the seventh commandment, running amok in your society, you are going to fall. How does our society look right now? I want to share some statistics with you. We read this headline: Infidelity Statistics 2022. How much cheating is going on? Well, this is what the article has to say. Nobody wants it to happen to them, and few of us would even imagine that a person we love and care about could stab us in the back so brutally. But cheating happens. In fact, it happens a lot. Infidelity remains the number one reason that married and unmarried relationships end all across the world. According to the General Social Survey, 20% of men cheat as compared to 13% of women. According to the LA Intelligence Detective Agency, the numbers are somewhat higher. They write that 30 to 60% of married couples will cheat at least once in the marriage. If this is even close to reality, we're in trouble. We are totally a debased society. We're a society on the brink of collapse. We're a society on the brink of judgment. This next one gets worse. It says this: 74% of men and 68% of women admit they'd cheat if it was guaranteed they'd never get caught. Now, you want your mind really blown. Let's just think about statistics here. There's a lot of variables, a lot of factors we could talk about, but one of the most important is that the people you're interviewing are actually being honest, and they're admitting that they would do this. The mind-blowing thing to me is there's that many people that willingly admitted this. That's the crazy thing. What percentage of people felt that way in their heart, but they didn't disclose it? I wonder how many pastors felt that way, but didn't disclose it. I wonder how many Christians felt that way, but didn't say it. This number is past being troubling because there's already adultery in the heart. It's already there. 69% of marriages break up as a result of an affair being discovered. We're only talking about the ones that are discovered. What does this statistic tell you? Almost 70%. I'm going to tell you what it tells you. You want to destroy marriage, the holy, sacred institution created by God, which He loves? You want to defile that? Just get one of the partners to commit adultery. This is absolutely demonic. Do you know the first thing that God created after Genesis 1? He gets done with creation. 6 days He labored, and 7th day He rests. Chapter 2 shows you the first thing that He does is He creates marriage, the holy, sacred institution. And since He has done that, the devil has gone after it. And look at his success ratio. You understand the implications, the damage path that this sin causes. Statistics show that 56% of men and 34% of women who commit infidelity rate their marriages as happy or very happy. This makes the reason people cheat a little harder to dissect and comprehend. One of the most disturbing statements in this entire discussion. How do you wrap your head around? This isn't a situation where, you know what, you have a woman who's emotionally being abused at home by her husband or physically abused by her husband. That is not the issue. Not that that doesn't happen. We have marriage people who willingly say, who have been asked, why do you cheat? Was your marriage that bad? No, it wasn't bad. It was okay. Actually, I was happy. What is going on here? Something something is going on when people have what most people would look at, they have a good marriage. And yet somebody's being ripped out, being taken to the cleaners through deception so that the enemy can wreak havoc on what God created. Listen to this. 2 to 3% of all children are due to infidelity. And shockingly, most of these children are unknowingly raised by men who are not their biological fathers. Can I share something with you? I have a friend who is this statistic, who I grew up with, and his mom and dad, nice people. It was wonderful. We were in our teens. He thinks his dad is his dad. I think his dad is his dad. It's been since birth. I mean, he held him as a baby. He walked him in his first steps. He helped him when he had health issues. His dad was there the entire time, only to find out later on, oh, that's not your son. That was the product of an affair. You think that affected my friend emotionally? Tore him up. In fact, I will argue it sent him down a path that was unimaginable, a total path of destruction. And what do you think it did to his dad, who thought this was his son his entire life, only to find out, no, your wife cheated on you, and that's not your son? You want to talk about needing counseling for the rest of your life? That'll do it. And Satan is laughing. He loves it. This is his kingdom. This is his fruit of his kingdom. This is what builds his kingdom. This vile kind of activity. I could go on and on. I could quote to you numbers and statistics all day long, none of which are encouraging, all of which tell you we're in trouble. I want to share a page. I want to share some info that I took off some time ago from the UN website that just so happens to work perfectly for today. A joint statement by the United Nations Working Group on Discrimination Against Women in Law and Practice. Listen to this. Adultery as a criminal offense violates women's human rights. Almost 2 decades ago, international human rights jurisprudence established that criminalization of sexual relations between consenting adults, that means male and female, we're not just talking about women, is a violation of their right to privacy and infringement of Article 17 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. This is the UN's take, that you cannot criminalize this. This is the mouthpiece of the collectivists. This is the mouthpiece of where the entire world is being unified in the United Nations, and they are determining that it is your right. It's your right to privacy. We cannot criminalize that. That sounds very familiar because this is what we just read on the Ashley Madison website. Consenting adults should be able to do whatever they want in private. It should be protected. It's interesting that Ashley Madison is merely echoing what the UN is proclaiming. And you want to pay attention to that because this is the spirit. It's a spirit. It's a spirit of Antichrist. It's a spirit of Antichrist that is taking over the world. It is no joke. This topic that we're delving into, as serious as it gets, especially what we see happening in the world right now.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that it blessed you and it encouraged you. And if it did, please hit the thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and family. It's also, if you haven't already considered, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to watch the entire video, click on this link. And if you'd like to watch the entire series and learn more about what we do and believe here at Corner Fringe Ministries, click on this link. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and we hope to see you again soon. Shalom.